Yo, what's up, guys? It's finally time for my updated lodge tour. I think it's been about like 6 months, something like that. It's my last one. A lot has changed, obviously. I've basically nearly doubled my hours on the game since then, and focused all of my time on the game into grinding. I don't play as much now, like in the last month or so, as I did before, but there's a point where I was like probably on the game my entire free time, so like 8+ hours a day, somewhere around there. The video is going to be a bit longer because I have multiple lodges to show now. But yeah, let's get into it. Also, I'm going to try to rush through things so the video isn't 3 hours long. So if you have any questions about anything specifically, just put them in the comments and I'll try to get back to them. Here we go. First we have probably my two favorite trophies, honestly, in the game: the super rare white tiger and the super rare leucistic snow leopard that I actually stacked and shot back to back. This blue sheep is not a super rare. This Barasinga though is. I don't think I've ever made a video on this. I don't think so. If I did, I don't remember it. But yeah, as you can see, the tiger and the leopard were stacked and shot pretty similar together. Unfortunately, I shot the tiger first, so it took me fucking forever to kill the snow leopard because they're very annoying sometimes. But yeah, there's actually a video on that on these two. Anyways, let's go over here first. We have two great one pheasants, pearl and garnet. Nothing too interesting. Same super goat as last time. Two more pheasants, citron and emerald. These are actually, you know, pretty cool ones. Unlike, well, the garnet is kind of boring, but the sapphire is definitely the best pheasant. Albino mink, another sapphire. Or no, sorry, pearl. Both those are pearls. I don't know why I'm saying sapphire. I think the sapphire's in another room. Two fabled obsidians. Same rare pheasants as last time. My only super rare pheasant. I'll get some more tars. There's a lot more tars than last time. I've been tar grinding a lot. Snow, gray, gray latte. My only latte, actually. We have two blade rack fallows. Both of them are minimum score, actually. Um, I think one of them might be a little bit higher, but it doesn't show up. Same piebald coyotes last time. This time you can actually go in the stick mount, which is very cool. Very, very cool. Gold tar, skull tar. This wall is a lot different. I think everything is different apart from maybe one of the moose and one of the red deer. Black tar super, that was in the last one, but he was not on this wall, he's on a different one. Red tar super rare, new edition. Well, new. It's been 6 months almost since I shot him. Two albino moose, one being 300 plus. This guy was not in the last one. My super red deer. This was from my non-herd management guides. This one's actually a lot more rare than the other ones. Like probably like 30 times more rare than the other ones, something like that. Leucistic super red deer and a 301 melanistic moose. I've never seen one that big. They look very nice with the new racks. But yeah, onto this room. This wall is entirely different, I'm pretty sure. I actually, a friend helped me with this. Not like with the trophies, but like, designing it. And I haven't touched it since we, drafted it up, except for the new additions of the roe deer on top, replacing the chamois and the black book that were there before. So we have a heart rack mule deer with a classic rack mule deer. Another heart rack mule deer. This is my favorite combo for the Mule, actually. The Milky Way heart. I have quite a few of them, though. And then this guy, which is a max scoring mule deer. Very nice, very nice. Not the fur, but the fact that it's max score is very cool. As well as two ashen moose, you know. One of these, this one is not it. One of these is a super rare. It's this one. Very nice. Not a super, unfortunately. This guy in the middle. One of the only non-super great one trophies in this lodge. But he'll probably be here for a while just because it's kind of cool. And I don't feel like shooting Rocky Mountain Elk to get another one. And then at the top we have 4 great one roe deer. We have the... How am I forgetting this already? They're somewhat new. Mistbound, Moonmarked, Rust Veil, and Ghost Veil. My only Ghost Veil. With the Bolt Rack, the Trident Rack, the Draco Rack, and another Trident Rack. Or, sorry, excuse me, another Bolt Rack. Two more muleys with the drop time racks. These are my only two with the drop time racks. We got Dusky Drift and Cobweb. Random diamond rabbit. Very old. Very old. I mean, like 4 years. Another diamond rabbit. Not quite as old. We have two super rare axis deer. Very nice. This one was in the last video. This one was not. Two more classic rack mule deer. Very, very cool. I'm not a big fan of the mule deer great ones, but you know, some of them like these can look really nice. Another random rabbit. Very, very awesome skin. Very, very awesome as well. One of my first diamonds in the game. Not quite my first though. More muley. I'm gonna try to skip over the muley because they get kind of boring. But yeah, three typicals with, you know, petal puff, cinnamon stripes, and I believe that's dusky. Yeah. The mission brown bear. Very, very nice. Probably my favorite multi-mon I have, except for maybe the snow leopard one, with my first ever super rare. I want to say. Yeah, it's definitely my first ever super rare. Leucistic male gray fox. With my first ever great one fox, the cherry blossom. My favorite two great ones in the entire game, let alone fox, or definitely are my favorite two foxes, but they're my favorite great ones in the entire game. The peppermint is max score. The licorice is not. It's my only max score fox that I've gotten so far. And then yeah, obviously we got this guy. Probably my favorite moose combo, maybe second favorite. The speckled typical is very nice as well, but finally I took like 30 moose great ones to get this guy, bro. It was kind of crazy. I love him though. All right, on to the next hallway. We have Fabled Skulls for the Tahr. My favorite Tahr fur. This rack is the big rack. They both are actually. I thought this one was a small rack, but it's just the angle I was looking at it. We got four bear great ones. The glacier, chestnut, spotted, and then the other glacier. Willow ptarmigan and molting willow ptarmigan and albino Mercury dog. I was gonna say that in the opposite, but there is no albino willow ptarmigan, I believe. White, I'm pretty sure. All three super rare whitetail. Very cool. I have another albino and another piebald, but they're in another lodge. Same with this. All the fallow super rares. Very, very sick. These are my biggest ones of them. I have one albino, one Mela, and like 1,000 piebalds, bro. There's like tons of them spread out across the two lodges. Three great one boar. Three more. This is chalk and cinder. No, sorry, chalk and ash. I'm dumb. And then my super rare albino bighorn that I found before they reset the population on Rancho. That's why you should always check. It's very nice. It's rare Capercaillie. I did not find it on stream, but I shot it on stream. I found a level 2 Capercaillie leucistic off stream, and I'm like, you know what? I'll save it until I start streaming. And what do you know? It actually ended up making diamond. Not the fact that it made diamond at level 2 is very rare. A lot of Capercaillies make diamond at 2. It's leucistic, and it's the rare of the two leucistic, I'm pretty sure. Got a pheasant hiding here. This is my most recent one. My garnet pheasant from the 20 great ones in a row video. Very, very sick. It's a random diamond, Pine Martin. Took me fucking forever till I get this one. And then, over here, took me forever to get the first one. And then, what do you know? Super rare 7 days later. Very nice. Very, very nice. And well, as well as super rare badger, but this one did not take me very long. This was like within the first 100 badgers I killed. I got this guy to spawn when I was shooting boar. Very, very cool. I was talking to a friend on Discord at the time. Not like in a voice call, but I was messaging him. Bro, I saw it, and it took me forever to find it, bro. I lost sight of it, and I was looking for, like, literally an hour. It was really bad. But thankfully, I ended up finding him. Here is the speckled 50/50 moose. One of the best ones. He's dead here. Don't know what happened to him. He's chilling. The bird, albino bobwhite quail, killed him. GG. Let's go on this ramp. Or this ramp. What am I saying, bro? This hallway first. We have a bunch of typical moose. Spruce, speckled, ashen, birch quad paddle. It's a normal diamond badger. Speckled with the spider back, and then two more wild boar great ones. The only scorch I got, I'm pretty sure, and one of the butterscotches. Drop pine whitetail, crown whitetail, bro. There's too many of those. Super moose. I think both these are super Tahr. Yes, they are. I got trolled by a white Tahr. It was max weight, and it scored 101.01 or something like that. I get trolled by max weight Tahrs all the time because there's like one max weight Tahr rack that's like guaranteed troll. It's so fucking shitty. And I think it only spawns on that specific one is only on the max weights, and it's like every other max weight is like that. And unfortunately, I got it on a rare one. But few days later, I got the white Tahr in super. So I have I'm only missing albino and dark red for the super rares. Very nice. Fabled cinder boar and a fabled stipple. Still my favorite boar. The stipple. They're not very good, the boar great ones, but hey. I'll go in here first. Speaking of boars, we have 3 super rare boars. Since they're all max weight. Or sorry, max score and max weight. I never ended up getting an albino super rare, but I've gotten one Mela that I nearly shot with the wrong gun, and then 2 or 3 black golds and like 1,000 purple grays, bro. I'm convinced they're bugged. They spawn way too much. 2 more super fallows, 2 super mules. These are piebalds. Boring piebald, unfortunately. My only good super mule ended up getting the good piebald. Very, very nice, as well as 2 dilutes. Piebald Pine Martin, melanistic mank, woolly hair. Albino, right? Yeah. Little guy back here. Spruce, Squad Purple Moose. Probably the worst combo you can get for Moose, but it's still a great one. So he's got to be here. Wood Duck Albino. 2 Grizzlies. Very, very sick. They were in here before. They're gonna get replaced eventually because they're just normal rares, but they do look nice. They're very, very cool. You don't see rare Grizzlies every day. This wall as well is not the best. It can definitely be better. But I don't know. I like the way it looks, so I'm keeping it. I have great ones I could put here from other lodges, but I'm gonna stay how it is for a while. We got a pretty big Rocky Mountain elk. I think this one's my biggest. Not even close to the biggest they get, but still nice. Rosy Elk Piebald from 2022. Super Moose. Rosy Elk Albino. Albino Manitoban Elk. My second most recent Tahr, the Fabled Snow. My second snow ever. I actually really like this combo. It's also from the video where I shot 20 in a row. Skull Tahr with the typical horns, and my super melanistic Manitoban Elk. Here we have the room with the Fallow and a few Muley. And the spirit boar hiding up in the corner. We have a max score silver spoon rack Fallow. Very nice. Of course, it would be that one that I get. It's always that one. He's with a typical silver and a Irish elk silver. Very nice. We have a bunch more spoon racks. Just this one is very, very wonky. It's very, very, very small. And then yeah, mocha there, gold there, silver. Hooded here, which is also very wonky, bro. He's I don't know what his left antler's doing. Well, right for us, but left for him. Don't know how it does that, but yeah, it's very cool looking. 2 random typical rack Fallow, very sick, or big rack, depending on what you call him. I usually call him big rack, but I'll call him typical for now. Golden hooded. Yeah, the fungus rack, mushroom rack, ball sack rack, velvet rack, whatever you call it for Muley. We got 2 of them. We have Milky Way and Dusky Drift, and then in the middle we got a corkscrew rack, Petal Puff, which is the last rack I needed for Mule Deer was this one on this specific Muley. I don't know how it took me the longest to get this rack of all fucking racks, but yeah. Christmas Eve too, nonetheless. Early Christmas present. Blade rack silver, and I believe this is a super, right? Yeah, this is the super I got before the Wild Boar came out. It was on Quattro Colinas. Or before the Wild Boar Great one came out, excuse me. And obviously, I got it after the Wild Boar Great one, or obviously I got it after the Wild Boar came out, or I wouldn't have it if they weren't in the game. But yeah, this was before the Great ones released for them. When I was going for every diamond, I found a Wild Boar that was a 5, and I shot it, and it was nighttime, and it was black gold. I didn't even know they were rare for them at that point, because I was so used to shooting the feral pig. Yeah, the feral pig, those are the ones on Emerald Coast, right? Because it's Wild Hog on Mississippi. The feral pigs, the black golds are like on every other one, so it gets kind of confusing. Just a normal Capricorn diamond. I don't know why he's in here, but he is. Wood Duck Diamond as well. Don't know why he's in here, but he is. Melanistic? Yeah, that's not melanistic, bro. I'm fucking stupid. Blonde Diamond Raccoon. Very nice. I'm so happy my only raccoon diamond I got was blonde. I love this fur for them. It's so nice. And I believe this is albino tufted duck. Yes. Very nice. Shot on 6.7. Of course. Why wouldn't it be? Anyways, Let's go down this hallway now then. We have the typical hallway down here, and here we got the big rack hallway. We got oak, speckled, birch, spruce, and ashen. A quad paddle oak up here, of course. Molting mountain hare. I got this on Revan Thule when I was looking for whitetail jumpers, actually. Not too long ago, but not too recent, no. 4 months ago, exactly. Well, unfortunately, it's not the other molting variant. I think the other molting variant looks so much better, but, I mean, I'm not going to say no to a rare rabbit. I only have one other one. Antelope jackrabbit. Very annoying diamond to get, but very cool-looking diamond, nonetheless. Yeah, probably my two favorite... Nah, Dawnbreak is still second. My Twin Soul Wolf, obviously my favorite wolf. Hollow, probably my third favorite wolf. My only Hollow yet, still. Even though I'm on 20 Great One Wolves now, I'm pretty sure. Speaking of Great One Wolves, we got more. We have 2 Frostbites at the top. And my max score Scarborn, my only max score wolf I got throughout the entire Great One Wolf grind. It's very, very cool. That's still, like, such a fun... It was such a fun grind to do. It was, like, the first time I actually took, like, HM grinding so seriously, bro. And you would just pop them, like, every 200 kills. It was crazy. Black Grouse Diamond. Just normal diamond. Melanistic? No. Mosaic. I don't know why I said melanistic. I know I only have one melanistic super rare, and I know this is mosaic. It's a mosaic super rare moose. Got this on stream quite a while ago now. I felt like I didn't shoot this too long ago, but apparently it's fucking 4 months ago. That's crazy. Just a normal dusky grouse diamond. And then here we have 2 foxes. These are the 2 that spawn in the same rotation. The only time that happened to me on fox. I shot one of them a day later because I saved it for video. I shot up the Glock. I don't remember what video it was. I do, actually. It was just a random trophy compilation. But yeah. I don't want to split these 2 up. The first is only they're meant to be together. So, yeah, gotta keep them together. Very nice. Let's skip over this while we're here. It's very easy to skip over because it's very boring. It's just 3 Great One boar, including a max score Stitch, which was the last one I needed to get, I believe. But yeah, these are probably my top 3 for the wolf, or for the wolves. Yeah, definitely the wolves. For the boar, very boring Great One, but no pun intended. They're just boring. They did break the grind too, so if you didn't cheese the Mickey Mouse Great One grind and get 1,000 of them from the feeders, unlucky, you missed your chance. Make sure you do it to the road here before they do something to the one lake method, because by far the easiest Great One to get in the game now. You can get, like, I was gonna make a joke and say you can get 10 in a day, but I think I got 7 in one day at one point, so it's not a joke. You probably could if you played like 24 hours. But yeah, crazy. Make sure you get your road deer Great Ones before they do something to that. Here we have my only sapphire pheasant, I believe, and ruby. Very big ruby. I don't think this is max. Max is 28 something. No, max is 29.6, I think, for pheasant, right? It's like kind of big. It's a lot bigger than I thought. It's something. It's like either 28.6 or 29.6. I haven't done pheasant since the fucking time that I stacked all the Great Ones, and that pheasant was there for quite a while. So it's probably been 3 months since I did pheasant. Should get back to pheasant again. Still missing that leucistic male. Here we have Morganite and another ruby. The Morganite pheasant is honestly really underrated. It's the top right one here. He looks very nice, like purple. Very cool. So much better than it's given credit for. I'd honestly say it's better than the ruby one. We have 2 more obsidian pheasants. We don't need to talk about those. They're pretty boring. Melanistic super red deer. Unfortunately, it's the new melanistic. New melanistic is horrible. I don't know what they did to it. It doesn't look bad here, but when you see it, the full body, it just doesn't look like a mela, bro. It should not be how it is. 2 more Great One wolves. We have another. I was gonna say another Scarborn, but this is not Scarborn. This is let me guess the first one I shot. Actually, no. I think the first Great One wolf I shot is in the other lodge, but this fur is Battlethorn. That's it. I don't want to cheat and give it away myself. That is Razorwind. Looks like a normal wolf here for a second. I'm like, what happened to my lodge, bro? But yeah, very good fur. Probably my 4th favorite. We have Spirit Bear here. I have no pattern going. I just place things down as I was going. These rooms, I didn't plan them out like the other ones. And then we have a speckled Spider-Rack Moose. I got this combo like a million times, bro. It's one of the more common ones, it seems. Speaking of, there's one right over there. A Spruce Spider-Rack, and then obviously a Speckled Spider-Rack over there. 2 more Great One Wolves. We have Gravehide and Scarborn. My only short rack whitetail deer out of 40. Crazy. Probably my favorite rack. I've started to like it more than the big rack. It's super nice. Super, super nice. And then yeah, it's just a crown rack. We don't. No, it's actually a blade rack. I'm getting rusty because I don't play too much anymore in these recent. Like this last month, I've been taking a decent time off. But yeah, that's blade rack. Not quite the worst rack. Close, but not quite. Melanistic charcoal female wolf, albino plains bison, and my second favorite, and only dawnbreak wolf. Very cool. Very good fur. The eyes are amazing. This multi-mount kind of sucks. It doesn't show off the wolf that nice. Like here you go, you can see him that way, but he's kind of getting like shit on there. We don't want to see that. We want to see him, you know, taking down the big bison on his own. You know, the melanistic charcoal over there, and they ain't gonna do nothing. That's the bait. All the great one right there. He's doing all the work in this hunt, of course. Anyways, we're gonna go on to. Let's do the right room first, but you know we can show off this stuff first. Ashen spider, spruce spider, golden big rack, very nice. Midhorns, I think these are called on the gray, and then we have the midhorns on the gold, and the bighorns on the gray. So yeah, kind of just the opposite. Here we have I believe this is a max score Great One Moose. I think I'm not 100% on that, but spruce spider rack, bro. That's the one behind me. Spruce quad paddle. Probably the worst Great One Moose, like I said. And then we have the ashen quad paddle, which is the other worst Great One Moose. If your least favorite one isn't the spruce quad paddle, it's probably that one. But before we go into the room, we have a diamond beaver. Then we have a piebald beaver and an albino beaver. You guys seen these here? They were before the last great one. Last lodge tour. I mean, it's basically a great one lodge tour. What 99% of this stuff is. But in here we have 3 birch spider-rack moose. The fur that took me the longest to get, but now I seem to get them like crazy. We have my only 2 super rare wolves, the red brown and the acromella, as well as my most recent mule deer great one from the 20 great ones in a row video. Very, very nice. That's why they're all on the same date, by the way. There's a video on my channel of me killing 20 great ones in a row that have been stacked. And then we have 2 more Razorwind Great One Wolves. I have a friend that's missing Razorwind as his last one. Unfortunate. I think I have like 5 of them. It's like the most common for me, and he has on like 20 with none. So, yeah. Down here we have a hybrid Greylag Goose. I got this while shooting just geese in general while waiting for whitetail respawns in Reventuli, and I almost skipped over it. Thankfully, I noticed something a little bit different, and I checked my recent harvest, and there it was, and I had not claimed anything after that, so I could go get him. Very nice. Don't make that mistake, and make sure you read the name on everything. I could have missed out on this trophy, which is like one of the rarest ones in the game. We have an albino Canadian goose. This one on ASCII, right? I believe this is on ASCII. It's either on ASCII or Hirschfelden, depending on the date. And if it's on Hirschfelden, it makes it more rare because it means it was a respawn and not an initial spawn. I'm going to have to check the date on the ones behind me, because if they're all on the same date, that means they're all in Hirschfelden. So I just shot like 1,000 of them and then claimed them all like rapidly, it's pretty fun to do, and you get quite a lot of trophies. So you guys should try that sometimes if you want some goose trophies. Just AFK and come back and just blast 1,000,000 of them, and then go AFK again and then come back and just keep doing that. Very nice. Before I get to that though, snow goose melanistic Canadian goose female, and like really. Okay, so yeah, this was on Hirschfelden, which means it's not an initial spawn, because that was before they started changing the furs around when the new map releases and stuff, right? Or like a new rare for an animal releases. Like now, if you guys go on your like Hirschfelden map, for example, if you haven't hunted it since the update, there's a good chance you have a bunch of the new fallow rares, right? Even on Tahr, they just rearrange all the furs, which they didn't do when the Canadian Goose albino dropped. So this is actually a lot more rare than if I just got it as an initial spawn on ASCII when it came out. So yeah, very nice. I believe that's it for this room. Yeah. Then we're gonna go into this room, which is the last one in this lodge. This room is very cool. I like this room a lot. Everything's a great one except for one animal. Close this door here. Here we have every possible rack for the Scars Tahr. Very nice. In the top left, the very top left, you have the chipped horns, and then you have on the top right, you have the midhorns. The very far left, you have the bighorns. The very, very right, you have the small horns, I think they're just called. And in the middle here, you have the typical. Very sick. There's a 50-50 Tahr. This guy right here. But I believe it's only on the golden and the gray. Unfortunately, I have yet to get the golden. Soon. Hopefully. Been hunting some Tahr recently. I only have one. I got like one great one the last like 500 kills though, which is like not bad, but you think I need some more. If previous, you know, if history shows I should get some more, but okay, I'll take it. Got lucky on roe deer. Can't complain. Anyways, we have spruce spider rack moose. Not a bad great one combo by any means, but not the best. We have a vanguard wolf and a razorwind wolf. And then in the corners here we have two boars. We have smolder and we have ash. Sorry, I keep wanting to say chalk because it looks like chalk, but it's not. It's ash. Chalk is the purple on the bottom. And then up top we have 3 fallow deer. We have 2 Irish elk goldens, and in the middle we have an Irish elk painted that is sub 270 scoring, so he looks all weird, like not flat. He's, you know, angled up. Very cool. And then over here we have 3 great one moose with the 2-tone. We have 2 spider racks and a quad paddle. The quad paddle is actually my first moose great one. Quad paddle 2-tone. He's very nice. And then here we have 2 Tahr with the half fur and the typical rack, and then we have a typical rack with the skull fur. Very nice. This is the only non-great one in this room. Can't really replace him. I love him so much. He's probably one of my favorite super rare trophies. Piebald gray fox with the good piebald fur. Very nice. Here we have 2 big rack whitetail. Not quite max score, but very big. I believe this is the second highest score that they can get, because they surprisingly stuff can't score every possible score. So like I couldn't get one that's 643.01. They're all gonna be like set numbers they can score. So I think the one that's higher than this is 643.63. I think it is the only one that goes higher than this. So yeah. Fortunately, they weren't max, but maybe one day. With how much I get the big rack, wouldn't be surprised if I get one day. We have 2 more gravehide wolves. We have another speckled spider rack moose in the middle. Very common. 2 smolder boars. 2 more muleys. They're not like... I should move this one with the one in there so they match. I didn't think of that. We have a pedal puff typical. This is Dusky Drift, right? Yeah, Dusky Drift with the classic. I think it's my second mule deer. This is one I shot out of a tree with a bow from 110 yards away, I think. Pretty fun. And then we have another spider rack. Sorry, that's the spider rack. We have another oak with the quad paddle. So yeah, I believe that's everything for this room, and we can go into the main room now. I'm gonna start on the right side because I think that's the side I always start on. Here we have my typical whitetail, as well as my 2 50/50s that include the typical rack. So we have the typical blade and the typical short. I feel like the 2 50/50s are much cooler than the actual typical, but that's just me. Let's not skip over these, as we just have the fallow deer. I have a lot of multi-mounts like this where it's just every fallow fur with, in my opinion, the 3 best racks, which is the Irish elk. This one is very small. It's my smallest one. It's 266. You see how it's like kind of like tilted up. Like that's awesome. I love when they do that. And then behind it we have the blade painted, which is actually my only painted blade, so very nice. It's also my biggest blade rack. Not quite max that they can go, but close enough. And then obviously the painted typical, which is my first ever typical fallow. So yeah. Back here we have three more typical moose. We got the speckled in the middle, which is in my opinion the best one, and then on his left we have the oak, and on his right we have the spruce, which was my first typical moose and my second moose overall. Very nice. 2 more bears. My favorite furs, the cream and the spirit. This is my first ever bear, and this is my second ever great one bear. So very nice. Here we have the 3. No, sorry. One of them is winter, and then we have no, this one's albino. My bad. I thought I had the that's in my other lodge, the mission wolves, but I do have the somber mission wolf because it's basically just a melanistic super rare. Being a melanistic super rare, we have the Iberian Mouflon. I still don't know if this is like legit or not, because, and by legit I mean there's a bug with the Mouflons years and years ago now where they were over spawning rares. So there's definitely a chance this guy is just a normal diamond and he just happened to have the melanistic fur because of a bug. But if not, then it's a super rare. Like, I don't like to count it as a super rare if it's, you know, happened because of a bug. But anyways, for now, he's going to stay in there. Because, yeah, I still don't know when that happened. I didn't play the game seriously back in 2022, so I didn't pay attention to bugs and stuff. I don't remember seeing hundreds of rare mouflons, but I was also not that good at this game back then, so I probably didn't see hundreds of animals in general. Because I didn't grind, I just walked around and shot everything I seen. So, yeah. Much funner way to play the game, by the way. Point that out. So we'll skip over the middle one for a second. Here we have the hooded version of that other multi-mount. So we have the Irish Elk, the blade. Very underrated combo is the hooded blade. Just gonna say that. And the hooded big rack, which is my second big rack Fallow. For the painted, of course. Here we have my finally all albino Grand Slam. Because of this guy I found while looking for roe deer zones. I didn't even expect him to be a super rare. I just saw the albino in max weight, and I'm like, oh, finally, bro. I don't have a fucking melanistic just chilling in there anymore. And it turns out he was super rare. Very sick. To go with the Rhonda that was in here last time. And this Rhonda was actually level 4, which is kind of surprising. Because I didn't think he was going to make it. But he did. I took apart a roe deer multi-mount for a thumbnail and never put it back up. So let me do a cut real quick and put that back up before I forget. Okay, sorry about that. Anyways, here we have the roe deer multi-mount. We have my top 3 first for roe deer. Which is the Kindle down here in the middle, of course, which is by far the best one. Not even close. And then we have a pretty sizable second place lead here for the Moon March. And then third is kind of flip-flopped between the Wildfire and the Rust Veil. But I just put this guy here because it's the only typical rack roe deer that I got. And I kind of want to show off my 3 favorite racks and my 3 favorite furs. And right now, Wildfire is my 3rd favorite fur, so he would get in here anyway. But yeah, the typical rack definitely helps. Over here, we have my favorite Great One Fallow. The one that took me the longest to get and was the last... Where's he at? Here he is. The last combo in general I needed to get for fallow deer. I wasn't even planning to go for every possible combo, but I had to just to get to the only one I wanted, which is the Irish Elk Mocha. And he is flanked by the Blade Rack Mocha, which is my 4th Great One Fallow, I believe. 5th, maybe? Something in there. And then the Big Rack Mocha, which is very sick. One of the best combos in the game as well. Top 5 for sure. On the back wall, we have 3 Great One Red Deer, including my first ever Great One. We have a small rack here. And then we have this Red Deer. Is that a small rack? Yeah, it is. Okay. We have this Red Deer, which is actually weird because he is a 50-50. He's got 1 mid rack and 1 big rack. I believe this is him. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. You have to look at him from pretty far away. I know I have one that's, yeah, it's this guy. He's got 1 mid rack and 1 big rack, which is very sick. You don't see those every day. And then down here we have a bunch of Great One Foxes. We have the Midnight Poppy, which is my 2nd ever Great One Fox. Probably my 3rd favorite. We have the Scarlet Nightshade, which actually used to be my top 4, but now he's probably my least favorite. It's just kind of boring. There's like nothing really that special about it. And then in the middle we have a Fabled Half, I believe. Yep, Fabled Half with the mid rack, and then the Fabled Gold with the small rack. As well as the Candy Cane Red Fox, and then the Blood Moon Red Fox. Very cool. Blood Moon Red Fox was nearly max score. He was 18.99, I believe. Very sick. Yeah, if I can, we'll get through these first before we get to that wall. My first ever super rare Snow Leopard, Melanistic. Amazing. And behind him, we have the max score Albino Snow Leopard. Super. So we have every super rare Snow Leopard. This isn't like some crazy achievement because they're herd managed, right? Like, it's not like I went out and found 3 super rare Snow Leopards, right? And got every fur. They're herd managed. I get a diamond, like, if I kill 10 Snow Leopards, 8 or 9 of them will be diamond. Snow Leopards have a very high spawn chance for spawning rares because there's so little of them. So once you figure out how to abuse it and, you know, shoot the same one over and over and over and actually get consistent respawns, they respawn very fast, actually. But yeah, once you can get consistent kills for Snow Leopards, you'll see rares like crazy. And then obviously if you have a diamond every 2 kills, you're gonna see a lot of super rares. Like, it's not something that's crazy rare, but it's very cool because it's my favorite animal in real life. And I have a complete collection of them. Very sick. Before we get to the ultimate in the middle, which as you can see is actually all albino this time, the bum blonde female is not there anymore, thankfully. Here we have two super roe deer, the only two super roe deers I have, both piebald versions. Very nice. Thought about getting a second one, so I can, or sorry, getting a third one, so I can do the multi-mount. But I already have all the furs and all the recs, the great ones, so it's kind of pointless. Here we have some very new additions. This guy is not. This guy is a super alligator from 4 years ago. Very sick. This guy was here last time. But we have 3 new additions of 3 super rare alligators, including a max score one. Now, these are from an alligator grind that I was doing, thanks to the idea from Shotgun Outdoors. Shout out to you, bro. He was grinding gators, and he was getting so many rares, and I'm like, you know what? I'll do it too. And yeah, the rares spawned like crazy. He was right. Very sick. I was able to get 3 super rares from that grind before I stopped. And here we have basically the same multi-mount as last time. Super rare lion. And then the albino female. And we have a new addition, an albino female. I must confess, I did not get this. This was a gift from a friend. But it's one of the only gifts I'll take because it's not something serious, right? It's not like I'm getting gifted a super rare, great one. It's just a placeholder, basically, because I'll get one myself eventually next time I go out and grind lions. Most likely when they release the lion great one, if they actually release a good map or a good great one anytime soon. They probably won't, but when they do, I'll most likely get a million of them. But yeah, this concludes the first lodge, the main lodge. Much different than last time. We didn't have the update to show off the new, what do they call the plaques and stuff? Like, we didn't have that update last time I did a lodge tour, but now we do, and it's very sick. Yeah, onto the second lodge. Okay, and here we are in the second lodge. This will be the only other lodge I do in this because the other stuff is just a bunch of random rares and stuff. This one has super rares and great ones, unlike the other ones. There's no point in showing off a bunch of random level 8 tiger rares and like level 2 whitetail rares and stuff like that. It'll take hours, and they're not really that cool, to be honest. But yeah, let's get into the second lodge here. First up, we have a Kindled On roe deer, of course, the best one. On its right, we have 3 wildfire great ones, all from the same day when I shot, I believe it was 7 roe deer great ones in one day. Not stacked, by the way. These were not stacked. I stacked 3 for the video, and then the next day I started actually grinding roe deer fully, and I got 7 in one. I did play like 15 hours that day, to be fair, but yeah, 7 in one day. I've never even gotten 4 before that. That shows how easy the roe deer are, man. They're stupid easy. Make sure you guys abuse that fucking one leg thing before they do something and ruin it like they did with the boar feeders. Yeah. Onto this wall, we have 2 non-diamond melanistic red deer. They were actually shot before the melanistics were bad, but here we are. They have the new fur now, unfortunately. We have 3 moose, including a super. We have a super troll in the top left, and then just a normal level 4. We have a white tar and an albino tar. Here we have my most recent super, which is my albino whitetail deer from a few streams ago. I don't want to say last stream yet, because there's no way I haven't streamed in 10 days. But yeah, that's from my last, my most recent super. Very sick. Fortunately, not a 270 or max, but say albino super whitetail. Still very nice. Random molting pheasant. Mexican bobcat and a normal bobcat and a Eurasian lynx. When I was doing the all diamonds, I was going for every diamond. So the state June 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. I have so many diamonds on that date because I was literally only like looking for diamonds. These are obviously old. They were in the last lodge tour, but I'll point that out anyways. We have a mocha fallow spoon rack, pretty recent. Same stream I got this guy as well. Hooded blade rack. Very sick. The diamond elk. Nothing special. 3. What am I blanking? Mountain goat. I don't know why I want to say mountain lion. Those are definitely not lions. The middle one is melanistic. The other 2 are just normal diamonds. Here we have 2 great 1 foxes. Cherry blossom and rosebud frost. This is the fox from the every great 1 video. The 20 great ones in a row video. I have to keep repeating this because some people don't realize that you can, you know, stack great ones and shoot a million in one day, and they're like, well, you have 30 great ones on this one day, and that's why. Here we have 2 more great one foxes, peppermint licorice, the best multi-mount you can make in the game. So happy I got 2 more of these. Well, not 2 each, but 1 more of each, so I can make another multi-mount like this. They're very sick. They're just kind of laughing at each other, chilling. We have 2 desert bighorn sheep. I was gonna say normal bighorn sheep, but these are desert bighorns. This is the diamond, the only diamond I have in the new one. I believe this is max score. I don't know. I've never seen a, on my account, I've seen them from other people. I've never seen, for me, a normal bighorn to score 213, so I'm assuming that's the max they go. I've seen a bunch score close. And then before I found this guy, I actually found this guy, Earthristic. Didn't think he was rare. I just thought he was normal. So I went to pick him up, and what do you know? Earthristic, very sick. That was on a stream. It should still be up. It's on YouTube. It's the date if you want to look at that. This guy was giving us fucking trouble. I kept shooting the ground in front of him, even though my crosshair was nowhere near the ground. Rancho moment there. Anyways, here we have this wall. I'm not going to go over this because there's nothing important here. Other than, I guess, maybe this albino Mexican bobcat. Everything else is just a normal diamond. And then I think these are rare. It's a brown and there's a cinnamon over here. And then, yeah, just a rare Tahr. Like, this stuff is not important. Oh, max score snow leopards from the grind. Like, yeah, none of that's important. Just a bunch of random stuff. Here we have a... I'm blanking here. Cinnamon stripes. Yield deer with the typical rack. Very nice combo. Here we have 2 haggises. These are from alt accounts. Basically, what I did was, Lady Legend made a video. It would have been like 3 months ago now, on something you do with a new game to start a haggis, or to get a haggis. I'm like, I'm not doing that on my main account. So I went to an alt account, did that, and then once I spawned the haggis, I, on a flash drive, took my lodge file from my main account, put it on there. So then I had my lodge on the other account, and then you know, shot the haggis, got another one maybe like 2 hours later, and then yeah, just taxed them. And then since they were on that lodge file, I just put this lodge file back on the flash drive and then loaded up on this game. So now I have them on this account. That's why they're not on the main account, because they're like, you know, not actually mine. I didn't get them on this account, so I don't want to put them in the main account. They're also kind of boring, but yeah, that's where these came from. Over here we just have a diamond rabbit. This is Eastern Cottontail, right? Yeah. One of the last diamonds I needed to get all of them. Mink diamond, woodcock diamond from Scotland. Let me not skip over this guy first. Do I know my rabbits? What rabbit is that? That's a woolly hair. Yeah, very cool. Woolly hair diamond. In the middle we have Kindle Dawn roe deer. Again, very sick, the best one. All the roe deer score the same, by the way, so if you get a Trident rack roe deer, they all score 137.9. I don't know why they do that, but that's what's happening. We have two red deer, great ones, both big racks. This one being 270. Kind of nice. No, this one's a mid rack, I think. I'm not sure from this angle, but yeah, this one, I think it's a big rack actually. Here we have the legendary warthog. He somehow always managed to scam his way into my main lodge. Unfortunately, he's been demoted after hundreds and hundreds of great ones, nearly 100 super rares. Not quite, I think I'm at 70. But yeah, he finally got demoted. Here he is. Over here we just have a super black gold. That's what it is. Here we have 2 great one butterscotch boars. They spawn in the same rotation. Very cool. As you can see, this one's messed up. The only great one I ever messed up, I shot him with the wrong gun, because I thought I still had my 308 out from when I shot this guy, because I thought it was the last kill, but I guess I shot another boar between them and then forgot to change guns. There's a stream up of this. It should be up still. I don't delete my YouTube lives, and I don't think YouTube does either. Here we have my first super, or sorry, not my first super, my first snow leopard diamond. This was not with herd management, so this one actually means probably more than most of the other ones. Then we have a snow leopard albino that was an initial spawn on my map. So yeah, these 2 are not with herd management. These were just straight up lucky finds, which is kind of sick. No exploit involved in grinding them. Here we have my birthday leucistic snow leopard. This guy was semi-grinded. I wasn't fully done with HM yet, but yeah, it's not the same as the initial spawns. He's very sick. Best fur in the game for any animal. That's a stubble quail, right? Yeah. Is 250 like, is that now, since they changed the score, is that high for them back then or no? I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, I think they score differently now. So maybe 250 is not even diamond now. Maybe it's 1,000 over diamond. What diamond can score now? Who knows? Just 2 normal piebald foxes and an albino fox. Bunch of boar. Purple gray super rare. The most recent boar super rare. It is what it is. I think they're bugged and overspawning, so I don't get too excited for them. We have 2 Vanguard Wolves, as well as the Smolder Boar from the 20 Great Ones thing. Have a, Black Grouse Diamond chilling down here. Albino Gator, Melanistic Gator. My only, like, kind of small looking Big Rack Whitetail. He's not small score-wise, but he looks small. We have 4 Irish Elk Fallows, and then 4 Chestnut Bears. Here we have a duck out multi-mount. There's actually some interesting things in here. We have a bunch of diamonds, but we also have a hybrid goldeneye, widgeon, and a leucistic mallard, I believe. There's a hybrid widgeon, the hybrid goldeneye, and the leucistic mallard. Very, very nice. Here we have my only multi-mount with the mule deer. My only 2 rare muleys that I have. Females, I mean. Obviously, I have the many gray ones to put in here, but I put my favorite combo. And my 2 rare muleys that are females. Very sick. Another red deer. Another big rack whitetail. 2 spoon racks, and then 2 super piebald fallows. I told you I had an infinite super piebald fallows, but they're everywhere. Which rabbit is that? I'm bad at this. That's a mountain hare. Yeah. See, again, on June 6th, when I was going for a bunch of diamonds, I believe I got like 5 or 6 new diamonds on that day. Very cool. A lot of them I knew was there. Some of them were cool finds that I just got lucky on. Mostly the ducks. I knew about a hazel grouse, willow ptarmigan, no, rock ptarmigan, and then this one on Reventuli from setting on my whitetail grind. 2 rare. Fallow. Yeah, those are definitely fallow. 2 rare Tahr and albino Sika. Very sick. Hopefully he's a great one in like a year after the Africa map comes out. Just a random Eurasian Widgeon Diamond. My most recent Great One Bear, I think. No, my second most recent Great One Bear. My 3rd ever cream, I believe. Very nice. Level 8 water buffalo. Not quite super rare. It'd be so sick if we made super rare, but yeah. The level 8 water buffaloes can make super rare. This one didn't. Another roe deer. Draco Rack Breastvale. We have a Battlethorn Wolf from the stack video. Another kudu. Then yeah. Durple Drizzle with the Corkscrew Rack. Maybe the worst Great One Mule Deer combo you can get. Definitely up there. Another super rare Fallow. I don't know, I'm blanking. Velvet Rack, bro, what the fuck is wrong with me right now? Velvet Rack, Petal Puff. I know that rack. I'm just blanking because I'm talking a lot. 2 Springbucks, albino, and then this guy. This guy was a pain, bro. I had to wait for them to fix the bug with them. Same with this one. No, this one was before the bug happened. This was like right after they got their new true ones, I believe. I think. I don't know when exactly they got them, but I believe that's right after. My only non-big rack super whitetail. Very nice. That's correct, piebald. Very cool. Another contender for worst possible rack, or worst possible combo, happened the same day, same stream as the other one. Cobweb Enigma with the Velvet Rack. Horrible. Don't know how this got cleared as a great one, but it's there. Super dilute, triple normal piebald, roadie. I believe these are kind of old. Yeah, 2022, 2022. Spoon Rack Fallow. Here we have a couple duck rares. Goldeneye, Harlequin duck, and Tufted duck. I need to speed up. There's a diamond mallard, another diamond goldeneye. Red deer. Fallow, a couple more roe deer. 50/50 whitetail. This guy's very cool. This is short rack, blade rack. I have every whitetail rack except for the drop tine cluster 50/50, which I'm still trying to get. Here we have what I thought was a drop tine cluster when I saw it. It turns out it was just a really, really wonky looking drop tine. Kind of nice. He should be in the main lodge, but there's not enough room. Like, he looks so cool. Like, one side is just so much lower than there. Kind of baited me, though. We have a couple Capercaillies, Diamond Snow Goose, Diamond Canadian Goose. One of these, my Egg White Super Troll, my Egg White normal. This guy I was actually shot when the Egg White, or sorry. Yeah, no, never mind. This was from the ground. I thought this was the Egg White that I got, that I shot with the muzzle loader like a year ago. I don't know where that guy is, but I shot him when the egg whites actually looked good, and it was kind of nice. Here's one of the moose from the video. Speckled big rack, nice combo. You have two melanistic, or sorry, a melanistic charcoal and a normal melanistic. The other moose from the video. No, there's three. There's three moose. The other one was typical spruce, and he's in the main lodge, I think. And then just two more from the video, as you can see. All shot from the same date. Like less than 30 minutes apart. And then with scrub hair, just chilling. They're very weird looking. That's another diamond that kind of gave me trouble, not gonna lie. Oh, we have a bunch of red deer. Not gonna go in depth to them, but a bunch of red deer. And then two Vanguard wolves. Blade rack. Big rack. Albino snow leopard. One more blanking. Just a normal snow leopard, probably max score, I would assume. Yeah. I think I only text the max score ones after like the first week because they're too common. Just have a red brown wolf and then a max score diamond. They're just kind of looking all silly. Here we have another heart rack mule deer, Milky Way, best combo. A few bears, a few spoon racks here. My most recent great one, which was 3 days ago now. Wow, I'm a fucking bum, bro. 3 days out of great one is crazy. Fabled half with chipped horns. Mallow diamond, of course. Then there's some pheasants. Molting. Normal. And then a gray piebald. They still haven't fixed it, bro. The gray piebald common raccoon. I thought that was just a blonde one. Did they bug this one too? I swear this one didn't used to be bugged. I thought it was just a blonde piebald. But yeah, we have the gray piebald. It's very nice. And then just diamond elk. And then a bunch of blade rack, not blade rack, sorry, crown rack whitetails, bro. Of course, they're all that. If you think that's a lot, just wait till you go in here. And you see, there's even more, bro. 5 more here. Another one there. My super troll Melapuma, bro. That shit pissed me off still. Diamond Manitoba elk. 2 diamond Capicalis. Pintail diamond? Yes, pintail diamond. My first diamond on an ASCII Ridge, by the way. Very nice. Man, I thought that map was so good the first time I played it, and then like after an hour, I'm like, wow, this map is fucking terrible. Here we have max score, great one, max score, great one, max score moose, followed by 3 Roosevelt elks. One of them is from the mission, but I'm not sure which one. 2 diamond axe deer. This one's huge, I'm pretty sure. This one's kind of small, and then 2 black buck or blacktail diamonds. The wheel, great one bear. One that I shot with the wheel. Very sick. Roosevelt elk again, diamond. Just 2 rare pheasants. They don't spawn very often, so I actually tax the rare pheasants that are male, surprisingly. I don't tax any other rares that aren't diamond. And then here we have the main room. We have 3 more. Crown rack fallows, of course, or cluster rack, whatever you call them. Here's 2 big racks, and then a blade rack. 2 glacier bears. 2 rare tigers. This one's white, this one's white stripeless. Another spruce rack, or spruce spider rack moose. 2 more great one bears, of course another chestnut. Every time that one. 3 silver spoons. Between the chestnut bear, the wildfire roe deer, silver spoon fallows, blade rack, or sorry, cluster rack whitetail. Don't know which one's worse, bro. 3 more silver spoon fallows. We have a glacier 2 bear and a spotted bear. Tibetan fox albino, a gray fox albino. Can't put them on the wall because for some reason EA only, or EA, bro, wrong fucking shit company. EW only lets you put red fox on the stick because they're so much different than the other 2 in size. Like the red fox are they weigh 10,000 pounds apparently, or sorry, the gray fox and the Tibetan fox weigh 10,000 pounds apparently, and the red fox is the only one that can, you know, not break the stick. I guess that's their logic. Same thing with the geese and the turkey. We already went over these. We have 2 rare wolves, shot from the same lake, not the same herd. That'd be kind of sick, but the same lake. Got a year ago now. That's crazy. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago. And then twin soul wolf, of course, the best one. Moth deer diamond, muntjack diamond, 2 random wolf rares, or sorry, wolf diamonds, and then 2 random wolf rares here. Oh, these are rares too. This is dark gray. Yeah, and this egg white. This is the egg white that I shot when it looked good. Unfortunately, it does not look good now. And then we have, to finish it off, no, we still have this as well. I'll finish it off with that one again. A bunch of roe deer. I'll just pause for a little bit. You can look at them. I'll even zoom in on them individually. Very nice. Of course, kindled on there. The best fur. And then up top, 3 spoon racks. Put it in the middle. Golden on the left and right. And then, to wrap it up, we have another breadwinner multi-mount. This one with a leucistic Cape Buffalo, a dark brown male. Very nice. I would actually love a super rare of these, but unfortunately I didn't get one during my lion grind. Other than the albino, which was actually without HM. Believe it or not. And then 2 blonde females. So yeah. Well, that's it for my lodge tour. I don't know when the next time I'll do one is, because the game is kind of dead. There's nothing really to do other than Great One grind, and it gets boring really fast. But if they add a new good map, I should say, like Africa 2.0 or anything that's not boring, essentially, I'll probably do another lodge tour then, because I'll actually be playing the game more. But for now, I'm not going to be playing the game that much, so there will be a new lodge tour video probably for another year at this rate. But anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I know it's a long one, but I appreciate you guys for sticking by. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my streams. I stream not every day anymore, but pretty often.